recorded. Yeah, I consider it's a great honor to welcome Mr. Karguel Raja, for today's section. And he's a well-known, a figure in, Oracle Apex community. And he is an Oracle Ace associate. Oracle Ace associate is the Oracle is, giving, you can say like a prestigious position. Okay, and in India, I think only few people got this Oracle Ace, and he's an Oracle Apex certified professional, and he has created so many plugins, like for the Apex and all, and he has a own blog, and these all will help you, to grow with latest features and new add-ons. And I would like to, and he's a a great contributor to the Oracle Apex World community. And I would like to invite Karguel Raja for this today's section. I think you can start from your side. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Matthew, for warm welcoming. Good evening, everyone. This is my first presentation to INAC Kerala chapter. Thanks for this opportunity, Matthew. Okay, let's begin the session. Hope you guys are interested to get into the section. Okay, let me share my screen now. So everyone is able to hear me, right? I can start my.
Yes,
I can. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, we are able to hear it properly.
Okay. Okay. Let's start. Thanks, Matthew. This is going to be my first presentation to INAC Kerala chapter, and welcome everyone. My name is Karkuvel Raja Tangamariappan, and I am working as a lead Oracle Apex consultant for a company called Damak Properties Dubai. And I am Oracle certified professional, and I'm Oracle Ace, having 7+ of years of experience in developing web application using Oracle Apex. Yeah, yes, and let's get into the topic directly. So today you guys are going to learn how you can create a report using report queries and report layouts in Oracle Apex. Hope many people.
1 minute. Okay, you can continue. Kindly please switch on your microphone, because when the section starts, it should not be a disturbance for the presenter. So thank you for your cooperation. Thank you.
Yeah, yes, let's resume the session now. Today topic is how you can effectively creating a report using report queries and report layout that future Oracle Apex has given inbuilt. So that feature we are going to explore now. Okay, how to print a report region by defining a report query, and how to use a report layout to format a report query. And then this session has got two sections. So one is how you can effectively print a report region by defining a report query. Report query is nothing but the SQL query. If you have SQL query, you can able to integrate with report layout, and you can bring the tasteful report to the end user. And then second section would be, it's like how effectively you can format the report region or report query using a report layouts. Okay. Now you might think that what is a report query and what is a report layout. Let me give the brief introduction about report queries. Don't get bored about it's like a theory session. First, let me explain, guys, all the theoretical. Then we will move to the workshop. Then you can easily understand the navigation, everything. That is a purpose of bringing this PPT to you guys. Okay, let's talk about what is report queries. Okay, report query used to print a report region by defining a report query which will be available in shared components. So you guys might know that what is shared components and what is the purpose of having shared components. Okay, it identifies the data to be executed. An important report query is nothing but it contains SQL statements. You no need to be familiar in PL SQL to achieve this report query concept. if you are familiar in SQL statement, which is enough you to understand the concept of report queries and report layouts. That's what I can say. And report queries contains SQL statements that are validated when you save the query. And note that important, it must be a SQL statement. It should not be returning. It should not be a function to return SQL statement. Okay. You can ask questions. Okay, I have SQL query. I have SQL query. How it will be printed in the report? Yes, you can associate a report query with a report layout. That report layout can be generic or customized one. Generic means Oracle Apex will generate the report layout based on your query result set. If it is a custom report, you need to build it using Oracle BI Publisher. So that's why you can easily associate a report query with a report layout, and it can be easily downloadable in any format. Any format means some available formats are there. See, by default, we will be understanding report means PDF format. So report can be PDF, report can be Word, it can be XML, it can be HTML, it can be JSON, it can be anything. So you can download it's in your desired format. Okay, you can ask question. Okay, if I'm not selecting any report, what would happen? Okay, if you don't have any report layout, you have only queries. You don't have you are not having Oracle BA subscription. What can I do? Yeah, you no need to worry about anything. If no report layout is selected, a generic layout will be applied. The generic layout is intended to be used to test and verify a report query. That's it. Okay, you can ask some questions. For example, so in the report layout, I have two set of layouts. Like one is report and another one is chart. Okay, how I can achieve this? Okay, see, for example, for that you need to have two result sets, like two source of queries. It's to be defined. When using the generic layout option and multiple source query are defined, only the first result set is included in the print. For example, for that, if you want to print multiple sources queries layout, then you need to go with the customized. If you want to use the generic layout option, then you have to use only one set of SQL query. That is a limitation which we have in report queries and report layouts. Okay. And important point is to be, okay, I have report queries, I have report layout, I build everything. Okay, tell me how I can bring it to the user table. That is important. End of the day, everything is based on the customer satisfaction, right? So to make this report available to end user, you have to integrate them with an application. That is a important integral part. That is an important key part which we are going to learn. Actually, you have a OBAP template, BA publisher template, which you already built, and you have report query that has a result set. Using report queries and report layout, you have integrated both. Okay, you have got result, but how you will be able to present it to the end user, that matters. So user will be able to see only Apex UI, and they don't care about what it is happening behind the scene. Okay, so that also we will be seeing. And then, for example, you can associate a report query with a button, list items, branches, or other navigation components that enables you to use URL as a target. Okay, selecting that the item, then initiate the printing processes. Okay, fine. So this is what this is what report query is. Okay, let's move to the report layout. Okay, the Oracle Apex has split the report layout in two sections. One is generic columns and another one is named column. Generic columns, we no need to talk. I am not going to talk much about generic columns because generic means by default it will be creating. For example, if your SQL query has 10 fields, all the 10 fields will be there, appear in the generic columns. So if it is named column, you can do some customization. So this type of layout is used for custom designed layouts, which is called named columns, which we are going to see now. Okay. Hope you will have some glance about what is report queries and what is report layout and why we are going for this feature. And let's see what are the steps involved and what are the steps we are going to follow now. The first thing would be you need to prepare a SQL query which needs to be executed and printed in the report. So that is called report queries. So you need to have your SQL query ready before creating the report queries. Okay, I have prepared my SQL query. Okay, fine. Then you can ready to move to the step 2. Step 2 will be prepare the report layout, which is used to format the report query which you have created. Okay, so I have report query, I have report layout. Then what would be the next step? This next step is using the query which you prepared. You need to create a report query in shared component. Okay, and then fourth point will be you need to create a report layout in shared components using the report layout which you prepared. Okay, and then you need to assign the appropriate report layout to the proper report query, and then you can test the report. So these are the 5 steps you need to remember before you start this feature. So it's an easy part actually. First, you need to prepare a SQL query that should have the result set, and then you need to prepare the report layout using Oracle BI Publisher, not any other tool. So you need to have Oracle BI Publisher subscription to build the report layout. And then third point would be you need to create a report query using the query which you prepared in shared components. And fourth step will be you need to create a report layout in shared component using the report layout which you built. And then you need to, it's like a merging. And then you need to merge, you need to assign the appropriate report layout to the report query. And then finally you can test the report. So these are the steps which we are going to see now. Okay. See, for presentation, I have prepared the query. So I don't want to make it complexity. So that's what I am taking EMP and the department table. Oh, this query will give the all the employee information along with the department details. So, okay, then next. Okay, so first step we have completed. We have the query. We have ready with the query, and next step will be creating the layout. Okay. See, this is my personal laptop. I don't have BA Publisher subscription to show you how you can effectively create the BA Publisher template. Actually, that's what I am bringing the steps into your table. So that will be really helpful to you. Okay. If you are a fresher, I can say you just ask your database admin DVA to give the BA Publisher admin, BA Publisher access. They will be enabling the access, and then you go to your system admin and you just tell them I need a BA Publisher. Then they will be installing add-ins. So you could see option here, add-ins. So if you are part of Oracle EBS team, you might know that what is BA Publisher, and you might understand the concepts of BA Publisher reporting tool. So this session is purely for fresher. That's what I'm telling you to people. So you go and ask system admin. So they will be installing option called add-in. And then what you need to do is there will be option called Oracle BA Publisher. When you click on that option, you could see log on option. When you click on, you will be able to log in with the proper credential. Okay. Once you logs in, you need to load the data. Okay. How you can load the data? The data will be in the format of XML. Other format will not be acceptable. So for that, what you need to do is you have the SQL query. Correct. So this SQL query will have the table kind of data result set. You need to convert it to XML. So there are a lot of APIs are there to convert table data result cell to XML. See, in Apex also, there we have provision. I will show you when it comes to the workshop session. Using report queries, you can convert SQL query to the XML data set. Okay. So you need to have XML data to create the layout. Okay. As soon as you load the data, you will be getting message that data loaded successfully. Fine. Once the data is getting loaded, then what you need to do is you need to go to option insert. So table, we are going to present the table report. It's like a report which will be in the format of table format. We are not going to create chart and all. So first, as a beginner, you just start with this. And then once you are familiar with that, you can move to pivot table, and you can create the forms, and you can create the charts, and you can create the groupings and the shortings, and so many things can be possible using BI Publisher. As a beginner, you have to understand this like a table wizard concept. That would be great for you to kickstart your journey in Oracle BI Publisher. Okay. So you have to click on insert. The insert has many features. you need to select table wizard. Once you select the table, once you click the table wizard, system will ask you to please select your report format. I am going to do the table format. So you need to select the table format. Then system will ask which data set you want to select. So that data set is coming from the XML file. Okay. And then which field do you want to show in your report? That is important, that you need to define. For example, the XML has, for example, the XML has 10 fields. It may be based on your SQL result set, the XML will be generated. Maybe the XML has n number of records, sorry, n number of fields. Some of the fields which you don't like, then you no need to remove it. The only the fields which you want to show in the report, you need to move it to right side, and then you have to click finish. Then nice table will be created along with the tags. Okay, once it's created, when you are double clicking the field, you could able to see the tag, and this tag like question mark employee number, question mark data, this tag should be equal to the tag which is available in the XML feed. So that is important. I will show you the XML file now, and I will show you how I have integrated. Kind. Okay, I will show you the XML file. Somewhat one second. Yes, I will be generating now. Queries, employee details. See. See, this is the XML which I have got. Employee number, see, employee number. This tag, field tags and the XML tag should be same. Otherwise, if mapping is wrong, then the report will not be printing with the correct data. Okay, and then there is a feature called preview. So in BA Publisher itself, after creating the table, after loading the data, after loading the XML data, after creating the table, and you can able to preview the result. Click on the preview, it can be this format like PDF, HTML, Excel, RTF, PowerPoint. So if you are selecting PDF, you will be able to see the result. So this is for testing. You build the report layout, you are checking whether that report layout is working fine or not with the result set you feed it. That's it. Okay. So now we have completed two steps. First step, which we completed, is creating the generating the XML from the query which you prepared, and the second is we prepared the report layout using the XML feed which we have. Okay, and then now scenario. Let's get into the workshop now. So scenario one, what is the scenario? Use the report query and report layout feature to test and print the employee report. This scenario is not the customer facing. So this is for our Apex developer, which we need to understand what is happening behind the scene. So use the report query and report layout feature to test and print the employee report. Okay, are you guys? Can we move to the workshop session now? Okay.
Yeah, yes, we can do.
Okay. See, everyone has, I hope everyone has their own Oracle Apex workshop. So please log into that. Okay. And then step-by-step procedure also, I made it in the PPT. So after this session, I will be sharing this PPT in the form of PDF to all the students who participated. So then you can try it on your own. And I have given the references also. you can directly go to that website, that is Oracle website. So there also you can, by following that also you can able to do this. Okay. To create a report query, first one. Yeah. Okay. Let me resume the session now. Okay. To create a report query, first step, what you need to do is you need to navigate to the chat components. Okay. As a beginner, you might know that where is a navigation now, where how to go to the chat components and what is the importance of chat components. Okay. But I will be telling how you can navigate to the chat components. On the workshop homepage, you need to click the app builder. Okay. I click the app builder and you need to select the corresponding application where you need to create the where you need to implement this feature. So I have created one sample application which is for managing report outputs. Okay. And then on the application homepage, click chat components. Okay. There is an option called chat components. So I click the chat components. After that, I could able to see so many options here where to go. Okay. The chat components page appears now. So you need to go to the reports. That report has two sections. One is report queries and another one is report layouts. Okay. Where is reports? Yeah. Report is there. Report queries. So you need to click the report queries. Okay. I have clicked the report queries. Fine. You need to click the option create. So click create. Fine. For query specific, the following information, what you need to fill out. So first thing is report query name. Report query name is nothing but enter a name to identify the report query. That's it. Okay. The important use of making report query, its report query name should be unique actually. Why? Because when referring a report query as a link target, the report name is part of the request string. So that's what you try to make sure that report query name should be always unique. Okay. Along with, you need to select the output format. So select the output format, then some valid options are there. Only you can select those options like PDF, Word, Excel, HTML, and XML. Okay. After that, there is an option called item. The first is report query name, which is used to identify the name of the report. It should be unique. The name should be unique, and then output format. So this has got some valid output options. So you can select any option from this. See, there is one option called derive from item. So if item means which you can select from the item which you created in your page. Actually, that also we will see how we can use this feature. For the time being, I just selected output format as PDF and view file as attachment. So this has got two features. So all IT people should understand what is inline and what is attachment. So attachment means the file will be downloaded and stored in your download or a specific location. If it is inline means it will be showing within the browser. So which option do you want to print the file? You need to select. It can be attachment or it can be inline. By default, it will be attachment. And then session state. Session state is nothing but, for example, if your page has any value, like if you have any filter, then you need to select the page items here and you need to add it here. For the time being, I don't have anything because my scenario is to just create the report and test the report, print the employee report using the feature report query and the report layout. So I no need to I'm not going to use any bind variables here. Okay. I am saying report query is employee details or employee information. Okay, employee information, output is PDF, and I'm clicking next. Okay, this is the place where you have to put the SQL query. You can, if you have SQL query, you can copy and paste it here. You can type your own SQL query, or you can use query builder to build the SQL statement here. Okay, I have already my SQL query ready. I am going to put that SQL query here. Let me select the SQL query. Okay, this is the SQL query, simple SQL query, which I built it. Okay, once you pasted it, you need to validate the SQL query, whether it is correct or not. Okay. So validation successful. Fine. Here, there is an option called set bind variable. For example, if you are adding any filter, like I'm saying, and department but equal to, for example, let's say if I have select item in my page, for the first page, I have select items. So which will display all the department which is available. If I'm applying this filter, then I need to set the bind variable that we will be seeing later. The time being, we will be printing all the results set from the query. Okay. So you need to click next. Fine. See, data source for layout. Here, XML data. From here, you can generate the XML data. You no need to go anywhere. When you click download, the XML file will be generated. If you have a query, you come to this section, chat components, go to report query and paste your query and generate your XML data, and then you start creating your report layout. Okay, fine. Then I am clicking next. See, here report layout source is there. Create file based report layout, which means this is custom option. So custom template you need to integrate. For the time being, we are using generic report layout. We must understand what is the difference between the generic report layout and what is the benefit when we go with create file based report layout. Now we are trying with generic report layout. Okay. So generic means the system will not allow you to upload any layout which you build, because Apex will generate the report layout based on the result set of your query which you put already. Okay, I'm saying generic. Fine. I'm clicking next. Fine. See, query name, employee information, report layouts. No report layout selected because that is generic, and output format will be PDF. And important thing is URL. So to integrate this report in Oracle Apex on the screen, you need to have this URL. Using this URL, only you can able to integrate this report in the UI. Okay, now we are going to create the report query. So click create. It will create you the report query. The report query has created, and now it is showing here. So click the employee information specific report query. If you want to change the output format, you can change it. These all comes under the edit report query concepts. So now the report format is PDF. If you want to change, you can come and you can change it here. Okay, fine. Now you will just go back to the presentation. Okay, what is our scenario? Scenario is you just test and print the employee report. That's it. Just a straightforward scenario. Okay, here there is an option called test report. What you need to do is, once you build this report query and report layout, you need to ensure that that report query is giving you the correct result or not. Using test report option, you can check. I'm clicking test report. See, my test report has been downloaded. The report name is employee information. Open file. The file has got employee information. This is the standard report which Oracle Apex is giving to us. Okay. So now we have tested the report. Okay. Now the report is ready, but we have used generic report layout option. Fine. So you just copy this URL, which we are going to integrate now. Fine. So scenario one is completed. Scenario one is completed. And then let's move to how we can create a report layout. Okay. Uh, just now, before we have briefly seen how we can create a report query, and now we will be moving to report layout. Okay, report layout. Same, you need to go back to the shared components page, and where under reports there is an option called report layouts. You need to click create to create the report layout. Then the report layout wizard page will appear. Okay, so I am in shared components page now. Okay, so there's an option called report layouts. So I click the report layouts. So there is an option called create. I'm creating. So we are not going to talk about generic columns or named column. These are Excel reports. We are focusing on RTF now. So named columns. The report which you build must be stored in the form of RTF. So if you are saving in the Word format or different format, this will not support. Actually, the file extension must be in RTF format. Okay. Next, layout name. So layout name is nothing but to identify the layout. So I'm giving employee information. So report layout file. I'm selecting the file. So I have already built the report layout. So employee details. So I'm creating the date. I'm creating the report layout now. So now my report layout has got created. Fine. So now report layout is created. So we have given report layout name and report layout file, which we uploaded. Click create to create the layout. That also we have done. Okay, let's move to the scenario 2. So customer is asking you, I need an employee report, but I will be generating the format whichever I want. So these are the operation which is happening in the backend. So front end, how we can enable this feature, bringing this feature to the user table. Okay, we can see. Go to shared components. So report queries. So this is the report queries which we built. Employee information. Now this is running based on generic report layout. Okay. Now we have created some custom layout, which is nothing but employee information. It is coming in the drop down. So we may select this option. So employee information. And all you need to do is you need to, whatever the changes you are doing, you should keep remember to apply changes. Then only then the changes will be reflected. So I'm clicking employee information. So the recent report layout, which I selected, is reflected now. So now I can test the report. When I'm clicking the test report, you could able to see the difference between both the reports. See, this is the custom report which I built, and this is the first report which Oracle Apex has generated for us. This is a generic layout, same data. This is BA publisher report which we created and which we integrated with report queries. And this is the generic layout which Oracle has created. What is the difference between the generic and the customized? So customize always give some benefits, like you can do some colorings and you can bring the tasteful charts and etc. But generic report always it would be a tabular form only. So that is the main difference between the generic and the customized report. Hope you guys are understand how you can create the report queries and how you can effectively create the report layout and how you can assign the report layout to the particular report queries. And you guys, hope you guys understand what is happening in the behind scene. Let's move to the UI part now, and we can give the best reporting tool to the user now. Okay, fine. See, let's move to the scenario 2. Print multiple employee reports in different file formats, which means file format will be dynamic. See, each time you cannot come and change the output format here to generate the report. Correct. Here, the file format should be dynamic. That also can be possible. What you need to do is, I have created a one page already. Just create a region. Okay. I am going to create a region. The region name is called print employee report. Okay, so I just created the region. The region has got created. Now I'm going to create one button. It's called print report. Create button. So I'm saying print report. If you want to apply some tasteful CSS or tasteful UI to the button, you can do that. The time being, I didn't to apply any CSS. Okay. And then I'm going to create one select item, page item, which is nothing but file format. File format, and the type will be select list. And I'm moving to list of values. This list of value has different options. So for time being, I'm selecting static values. You can use SQL query, shared components based on your convenient. You can select. The time being, I'm selecting static values. So selecting PDF, return value will be PDF, and Word. This will be return type will be RTF, display value Excel, XLS. I'm saying HTML, and return value will be HTML. So I have created. No need to show any extra values. Null value display, I'm saying select file format. Select file format, I'm saving. So the changes are saved now. Okay. See, now file format is there. So it is coming in the LOV format. Fine. Now we have the button. We have created the dynamic file format LOV. Okay. What will be the next step? How we can integrate this? For that, you need to go back to shared components page again, and you need to go to the report queries, and you need to select the specific report query, and print URL is there. So that is the main part of integrating the report query with Oracle Apex. See, report queries can be integrated with an application by using the URL shown. This URL will be the target URL, and it can be redirected by buttons, navigation, list entries, and items, and or different navigation components. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. So I just copied. Going back to the page 2 again. So I'm editing the page. I'm going to the processes. After processing, I'm creating one branches. So I'm saying branch name will be print employee report. After processing, page or URL redirect. Target. So click type will be URL. So the report query print URL will be the target URL. See, here we have the request print underscore report, and this is the report query name. So report query name must be unique, then only it will be navigating to, it will be printing the correct report. Okay, I'm saying okay. And when button pressed is print report. I am saving. So when you go to the button, if you see the action submit page, when the page is getting submitted, when you click the print page, the page will get submitted, and it will, after processing, it will call this branch. This branch will go and hit this report query, and the report will be printed. Okay. So now I am printing the report. See, the report is printed now. So this is the way to integrate the report queries to the application. Fine. Now the report is generating in PDF format. How we can make it the file format dynamically? We have created the select list, which has the dynamic file format. Okay. All what you need to do is you need to go to the report query again, go to shared components, go to report queries, click on the report query, specific report queries, and there is output format. Now by default, it's PDF. You just derive from the item. Once you select this option, the item option will be enabled. Before that, it was disabled. once you select this option, derive from item, the item option will be enabled. See, when you click, you could able to see all the page items in the application. You could able to see. We have implemented this feature in page 2. And we have created the select field which has the file format, which has the file formats in this item P2 file format. I'm selecting this and view file as attachment. I'm doing apply changes. Okay. I'm sorry. You guys are able to share my see my screen, right?
No, actually. Correct.
No. Okay. I think I did something. Okay. Are you able to see now, right? Yes. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Oh, see. Go to report queries, and there is option called output format. Derive from the item, you need to map the item. So I have mapped the item, applied changes. So you go back to the report, go back to the application again, and I'm selecting now Excel. So I'm printing the report. The file is printed in Excel format. When I'm opening, the file will be opening in the Excel. And okay, if I'm selecting Word, print report, so the file will be in RTF format. If I'm selecting HTML, then it will be in HTML format. Okay. So this is how you can integrate report queries with Oracle Apex application. Okay. Then we'll move to scenario 3, print a report with only department finance employee details. Okay. How we can achieve this? The same thing. What you need to do is you need to have one more LOV. We should display all the departments. Okay. I'm going to create one more page item. So the name is department. Please select list. And the type will be SQL query. Select name, display, return from department. Okay. So I'm saying name. Fine. Saying select department, all values. Select department. Just saved. Okay. Now, if you see file format also there and the department also there. Here you can select the department. Fine. Now, what is your scenario? Your scenario is the report should have only the employee details who are part of finance. Okay. Just make sure there is okay, there is no finance. Let's say accounting. Fine. I am going to shared component page again, and I'm clicking report queries. Go to employee information. This is where you can add bind variables here. Go to source query. Go to source query. On left side, could able to see one edit icon. Click on the edit icon, and here option is called set bind variable. What you need to do is, and I have condition already, and department dot number equal to P1 P2 department. So I'm doing apply changes. Fine. So the query has changed. Once you implementing the bind variables here, you should remember the same needs to be added in the session state selected items. So you need to tick this mark, include application and the session state information. You need to select the items. So department, P2 department, you need to select, then it will becomes into the bucket. Why? Because the session value should transfer to this report query. For that feature, you need to enable session state feature. Okay. Once you did these changes, you need to click apply changes. Fine. So now we can go back to the application screen now. Fine. See, file format will be PDF, department, accounting, and I am printing the report now. Now the report should only have the employee details who are part of department accounting. See, only accounting employee details are coming now. Okay, fine. If I am changing the department to research, see the report now. See, only research employee details will display. Okay, this is what you can effectively build reports using report layout and the report queries feature and references. I have given the references also. Okay, and quickly we can glance about what we have seen so far. And the topic is a report, how you can create a report using report queries and report layouts. What all we have covered is how you can print a report region by defining a report query, and how you can effectively formatting the report region using the report layouts. And you have and you might understand the concept of report queries, and then what is report layout, that also hope you have understand and then understood. And then what are the steps that you need to do, that you need to take care to implement this feature, that also we have seen. And then how you can build a RTF template using Oracle BI Publisher. And then we have experienced the three scenarios, and and hope you guys are familiar, understood the concept behind the scene, what is happening in the back end, how the report queries and how the report layouts are getting generated, and how we can integrate this with report queries with Oracle Apex applications. So that also we have seen. Fine. And if you have some great ideas or comments or questions, you can post in chat now. This is my public, this is my contact details, email, Twitter, WhatsApp. You can, if you have some ideas, so you can post it now or post it sometime back after that. And then, okay, this is my blog. So I have written about almost 100 blogs, which will talk about Oracle SQL, PL SQL, and Oracle Apex. Whenever you have time, you just go and uh, uh, search, and definitely it will be helpful for you guys. And make sure that if you have any doubt, you can ping me at any time. And if you have any doubt on the particular blog, you can post a comment. I will be happy to assist you, and I will be happy to help the community. And then this is my communication channels. So I always available on Twitter and LinkedIn. So you can tag me for anything like related to Oracle Apex community work, or like, and if you have any doubt or if you have any queries, you can contact me via Twitter and LinkedIn. And then, okay, this is a question session. If you have any questions, you can ask now, and I will be happy to assist. I hope everyone is understanding what is report queries and report layout. Hope this session will be definitely benefit for you guys. And I wish, yeah.
I want the recording because I'm using phone.
Definitely, Matthew will share you the recording. Yeah.
Hi, Karikala. This is Venkat. Just I have one clicked out. It's a very nice demo. Actually, I'm really appreciate this. Is very good connecting. And see, if you have a multiple groups is there in the RTF template, we can design the multiple groups and using the multiple queries. But
Yes.
in Apex, I've seen that only one query we can able to accommodate it. For example, in the same report, I want to get the data from the different queries.
Okay.
So is it possible by using the Apex? This one?
Yes, it's possible. See, I didn't bring it to the demo, but there is option.
Yeah.
There is option called the add queries. Okay,
Oh.
each query will have different data sets. Using the data sets, you need to create the BA publisher template. Okay, see, now we have created only one query that has different data set. If you want to add another query, there is an option, add extra query, add another query. So when you click, you can add extra queries.
Okay. That
So
is
you
called
can,
as that is called another data model, and we have two
correct.
data models and only one RTF template we can keep.
Yes, only one RTF template. You can integrate with multiple data sets. It's like
Okay.
creating a report using multiple queries actually.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's
Before the topic was like that only, but I changed it later because this session is for beginner. They have to understand that sort. Uh,
Okay.
print a report using multiple queries.
Mhm.
Yes,
Okay.
using multiple data set, we can. Template is one, but query data set will be n.
Okay. Mhm. Okay. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks.
I think Venkat, I think hopefully you will implement this feature in your
I'm sure.
project
I'm sure.
actually.
I'm going to do this for next time.
Yeah,
It is very primary requirement for me at this side.
yeah.
Because I'm more in a business side, and we are implementing e-business with Apex. Those things are
Okay.
more.
And one more limitation, because you are already experienced in Oracle SQL. So that's what I wanted to say. There is a limitation. Cursor concepts, right? Like in SQL, we'll be using cursors like that cursor. This will not support. That will be the
Yeah.
bug actually. We need to rise to Oracle Apex team actually. So that
Okay.
cursor concept will not work here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I think list aggregated with these all functions it will work, right?
Everything will work except that cursor. I have experienced this issue before. So we thought of rising to the Oracle Apex community team, but we need to rise. Yeah.
Thanks for clarifying my question.
Is anybody from Kerala chapter? I'm very happy to assist you guys actually. Yes, I also started my journey as a fresher Oracle Apex. So not only related to this topic, if you have any other queries also, you can shoot to me. I'm happy to assist.
Anybody want to talk also, general question also, welcome. Okay, so he's a professional, and he is Oracle Ace, so that if you can ask that, like, is there any questions you have, you can ask him, because getting him is also very difficult, because he's also busy with his work, and he is spending like his time with us. It's a great opportunity. So coming weeks also, like maybe in a couple of times, he'll also be assisting us for advanced topics. So if you have any doubt or anything, you can ask him. And first of all, thank you, Karguvel Raja, for your structured way of presentation, because you have like step by step you follow that. Just like if freshers, it would be very helpful, because rather going directly to the Apex and opening and doing the coding, you presented that, you are explained properly, you have explained the feature, and then you are taking it to, it's a really appreciated your time, and the way you presented, you must have spent some time on it. So we are very happy with that, and at the same time, we would love to have more sections with you for the coming weeks, or maybe in this month, or maybe next month, depends upon your availability. And thanks for all your on behalf of Enoch and and on Kerala chapter. I really thank you for coming to this section, and and given us a a good section. I think I think like, and a few words Arun also will share okay, about today's section. All right, Arun, please over to our Arun.
Yep. Thanks, Raja, for the wonderful session. Okay, it was, as you told, that it was basically for the basics with the efficiency, and it was really well structured, and we liked the way how it was presented. And also the great thing was you told that you will be sharing the PDF to students so that they'll be able to work on that. And we are really looking forward for more sessions. Thanks for that great time, and thanks for giving us the opportunity to host you. Thank you.
Okay, Arun, one more thing is, sir, Mr. Karguel has already raised one issue, that cursor is not supporting. You are in the Apex Oracle team, and please, inform to the concerned authority, and try to like help him. Like
it's
All right.
It's already there in the pipeline. Okay, they're just working on that. Development team is working. They're aware of that.
All right. Okay.
Because we had a lot
Arun,
of customers facing that particular issue.
correct. Arun, the one thing I wanted to particularly specific here, see, because of that, we are implementing a iReport in our organization. Because of failing that one feature, all the reports are running in with report query and report layout, except we have some customer reports which we are using cursors. So for specific those report, we need to depend on some third party tools like iReport or
Yes,
something.
yeah. I report as well as AOP as well, if I'm not wrong.
Correct. Yes, AOP.
Because I've seen a lot of customers with AOP as well, and they say that AOP also is pretty easy to do that.
Correct.
Okay, but as you told that, yes, they have to take the third-party tools over there. Even Apex is having that particular feature available.
Yes, this is really nice feature actually, and many of my friends also using this feature, report layouts and report queries, but all their concern is the cursor actually, because uh, people are expert in Oracle EBS, they will be keep on writing the SQL using cursors to achieve some performances. So that we need to think
Anyway,
about.
I'll be taking this in the weekly meeting. We have the weekly meetings with the
Sure.
development team. I'll take this forward.
Sure.
Thank you, Arun. Thank you, everyone who are joining today's sections, and hope you that we are having, like a sequence of sections with our great Karugavel Raja. Okay, so appreciated your time and appreciated your today's section. And thanks for joining, everybody. See you on the next section. Okay. Good night. Okay. I'm signing off now. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for everyone. Thank you, Varughese.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.